Hi, this is Lori from Shoo Shoo Paper Art, and to celebrate Paper Sweetie's 4th birthday, I have made this cool shaker card with a black and white, or maybe I should say silver and white background. So I'm going to show how to do this today, so let's get right to it. The first thing I did was cut my card base, which in this case is, the front is 4 by 5 1/4, and set that aside. And then I need to make this front panel. I think you can tell that it's a panel on top there. And that panel is 3 3/4 by 5. And what did I say this was earlier? Let me reiterate. 4 by 5 1/4. Right. Okay, and 3 3/4 by 5 is the top panel. When I got the top panel cut, I went ahead and used this little sunburst circle to cut out the shaker part. I left this piece in, or put it back in since it fell out, and I'm ready to stamp the background scene. In my case, I didn't have a stamp or a stamp pad that I thought the color was great on, so I'm using a combination of this Memento London Fog and topping it with an old silver Martha Stewart pad that I had, and that seems to be a really nice combination. All right, so the first thing I need to do is build my scene, and I'm using Paper Sweetie stamps, and I'm starting out with the doghouse. So let's get that on there. Put on some Memento ink, and then topping it with Martha Stewart silver. And I'm going to hang it off the edge a little bit. So let's see, maybe about there. Okay. All right. Decided that I wanted to put the little dog, here you can see in this one, behind the water bowl. So I quickly stamped an extra water bowl and just set it there on top of the water bowl that I already had stamped, so that when I stamp the dog, that part of him won't show. Black and white part of my scene created, and I'm ready to get that placed onto the card base. So I'm going to pick that all up and get my card base and my top layer lined up the way I want it. Okay. And then I'm going to hold the middle piece down and lift that layer off so that I can glue this in place. And I'm just going to hold it and put a little bit of glue behind. Okay, once you've got that glued down, you're ready to move on to the shaker part. I cut 3 rings just using my circle dies, one inside the other, keeping them taped so that these rings would be exactly the same. And there's 3 of them. And then I've also already added the red thermo web tape, so that I can put the plastic sheeting on it when it comes time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the rings right around the scene that I've created. And I'm going to put the glue pretty close to the edge because I don't want any of my sequins disappearing. So I'm just going to frame it as close as possible making sure that each side is covered. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna press that down. So I cut a piece of plastic using the largest circle, and I'm going to apply that to the back of my top layer. And I'm just going to put the tape around the circle the exact same way I did this. So I'm going to stop this for a second so we don't take a lot of time to do this. Okay, so I'm back. The tape is on around the underneath of my opening, and I also have taken the tape off of the rings themselves. Sometimes this covering is a little hard to get off, so take it off before you put the sequins in, because the sequins can be in there and you're pulling it off and those sequins will fly everywhere, trust me. Okay, so let's put some few sequins in here, and also I use some little tiny seed beads. You could use prills, of course, as well. And just kind of enough to let you know they're in there. All right, so now that we have the sequins in there, let's get the window in place. I'm just going to put it right over the tape that I have on there. Press it down. Okay, my tape is already open here, ready to go. So all I'm going to have to do is line this up. Be careful to make sure I've got it in place before I press it down. Okay, that looks pretty good. Right, and now I'm ready to add the other elements to it. Okay, the first thing is this cute little kitty, and I'll have the Copics posted that I used to color her. And then I also used, this is actually not a party hat, it is part of the banner set that's available. It looks like this, and so you can see I haven't cleaned it off yet. That's the little piece that I used to make the party hat. So I just used a little bit of glue to attach the party hat to the top of her little head. Just kind of covered up one ear. So cute. All right, and I'm ready to put her on. All right, and then I stamped the cupcake banner and then cut it out with the die that's available as well. The other thing that I did to the cupcake banner, besides coloring it with Copics, is I used one of these gold Uniball pins to kind of highlight the ribbon a little bit more. And I actually got this ribbon a little bit off, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in with the gold pin. And I'm just basically going over in these areas the marks that I already have. Okay, so there we go, and that looks a little bit more prominent. And I'm ready to glue that in place. These are such cute stamps. Paper Sweeties has done a good job. Debbie, good job. Okay. All right. I've already stamped the sentiment, I heart you more than cupcakes, at the bottom. So this can be a really cute little birthday card for someone special. Thank you for joining me. Remember, you can find me at shoeshoepaperart.com.